What's going on, everybody? This is Tyler Wiebe from Pro Physique. Today, we're going to talk about how many meals should you be eating in a day. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Friday. You have made it through the week. It is pretty much the weekend, for which I am very happy about. This week has been hellish for me for reverse dieting, coming out of the show. We are 3 weeks post-show. Hormones are still getting stabilized, so it has been a long week for me. So I check-ins tomorrow, anticipating a little bit more food tomorrow, but kind of ties into today because I have really been regulating how many meals I eat in a day. Now, there is a lot of answers out there and a lot of opinions out there. Now, a lot of people, this was a few years ago, are saying, 5, 6, 7 meals a day is what you're supposed to be having. One, stokes the metabolic fire rate, keeps the metabolism revved up. You will lose more body fat because you are eating more frequently. You will be less hungry. And then there's some people that might say, well, you're supposed to fast, or you're only supposed to be eating between 9 and 6, or you should not have a meal after 6. So there is a lot out there. Now, there are 1 or 2 things that I consider when recommending how many meals that someone should have in a day. Now, before we get there is no right answer, right? There's no definitive answer when it comes to answering this question. Really, what it comes down to is get your calories in throughout the day. And 2, one of the most important ones is make sure to spread out your protein evenly throughout the day. So that is the one that I like to make sure that I always kind of hammer home when I am recommending how many meals a day to my clients. So typically we want to have some type of protein, minimum 25-30 grams every 4 to 5 hours, right? Because we want to keep muscle protein synthesis stimulated throughout the day. And MPS, muscle protein synthesis, typically lasts for about 4 to 5 hours. And we also make then, so that's the 4 to 5 hours. And then the minimum 25-30 grams is the minimum threshold of leucine protein that we need to hit to help stimulate muscle protein synthesis, right? And it has to make sure that we're quality protein and we are getting, a certain amount of leucine, which is one of the main amino acids of protein, and that stimulates MPS. And so that is what I always try to focus on when recommending how many meals my clients should have is, well, you should be eating protein every 4 to 5 hours and making sure that you're getting that minimum amount. Now, what I like to do is I like to have roughly 3 to 4 meals a day because I find that is going to actually keep me more full in between meals. Okay, so you're having bigger meals throughout the day, which is going to help you kind of get to that next meal. Whereas we're having those 5, 6 meals, well, they're not very big meals. I mean, unless your calories are 4 or 5, you're eating 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day, that is a different story. Then maybe you do want to look at maybe 5 to 6 meals throughout the day and you're kind of always eating. But for most people, 3 to 4 meals is a really nice number, right? That's putting, your breakfast, which could be, your pre-workout, which it is for me. So I'll have, my pre-workout meal about 2 hours before my workout. Some bigger carbs, maybe about 25-30% of my carbs. So then that kind of takes me to my workout. Workout is an hour and a half. Get home, make lunch, right? And then dinner, right? So right now with, with the way reverse is going, for how hungry I am, I'm keeping it at 3 meals a day and just having bigger meals to try and help keep me a little more full, and I'm eating more at one time. As my calories get a little bit higher, as the hunger starts to go down and my hormones start to stabilize, I'll probably go back to kind of a 4-meal plan where I'm having maybe a lighter breakfast, work, power just went out. So anyways, that was a bit of a surprise. And then I'll have my pre-workout, you know, maybe my lunch, maybe a bit of a snack, and then dinner. So it does come to 3 or 4 meals a day. But like I was saying, it actually it doesn't matter when it really comes down to it. As long as you're hitting your protein every 4 to 5 hours, you do what you can. If you have a very busy schedule and you have to fit the majority of your calories into 2 meals, then so be it. My recommendation would be to make sure that you bring a protein shake. So like a Core Nutritionals ISO would be perfect, or even their meal replacement protein, which actually does have some carbs, protein, and a little bit of fats. So something easy that you can throw in a shaker, slam back, and you're hitting your protein every 4 to 5 hours. As long as you're doing that, however many meals you have isn't going to make a difference. It's going to work whatever is best for your schedule. So if 6 meals a day works best for you, then do 6 meals a day. But do know that if you're not having a lot of calories in your plan, you're not going to feel very full. And so I would always recommend maybe going to 3 or 4. But if 2 meals works, 3 meals, 4 meals, you do what you can. As long as you're hitting that protein, it's going to be okay. There's nothing magical about the frequency and the amount of meals that you have. All right, guys, that is everything for today. Sorry about the power going out and a little bit of a surprise there on my part. But if you have any questions about nutrition training, please just let me know. Send me an email, put a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. All right, guys, that's it. Have a fun Friday. Enjoy your weekend doing it, whatever you do.